Welcome to the Sisterhood of Sweat. I'm here today with Kevin Trudeau.
Hi, I'm Linda Mitchell, 54-year-old elite obstacle racer, award-winning fitness competitor, gym owner, and author. Welcome to the Sisterhood of Sweat podcast, where we will approach the difficult topics of life, interview inspiring guests, and bring empowerment to all. This community is a place where we can be who we are instead of who others want us to be. Let's get started.
It's Linda Mitchell from Sisterhood of Sweat with a message from Essential Formulas, makers of Dr. Ohhira's probiotics. For over 3 decades, Dr. Ohhira's probiotics has redefined what it means to nourish your gut, blending ancient Japanese fermentation wisdom with cutting-edge microbiology. Unlike conventional probiotics grown in labs, Dr. Ohhira's probiotics formula is naturally fermented for 3 years in a nutrient-rich medium. No artificial additives, no chemical fertilizers, just pure whole food ingredients transformed by time. You'll find non-GMO, 100% vegetarian, and hypoallergenic Dr. Ohhira's probiotics at your favorite health food store nationwide. Discover the Dr. Ohhira difference. Welcome to the Sisterhood of Sweat. I'm your host, Linda Mitchell. Today, we're talking about one of the most debated topics in personal development: manifestation, success, and whether our thoughts influence our results. Joining me is Kevin Trudeau, New York Times bestselling author, entrepreneur, and television personality. His new book, Your Wish is Your Command: How to Manifest Your Desires, the Missing Secrets. This explores why he believes most people fail to achieve their goals and the principles he says can help people create greater success in their lives. I am so excited to welcome Kevin Trudeau to the show this morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I think I looked at your book title and it reminded me of I Dream of Jeannie, Your Wish is My Command.
Yes.
But you wrote, Your Wish is Your Command. Why do you say it's your command?
Because what most people do in life is they think outside influences or circumstances control them. They need the genie. I wish I had a genie that could grant me my wish. I'm going to pray to God to grant me my wish. I wish there was an angel that would do something for me. I wish that guy would give me some money. I wish that guy would give me the promotion. No, your wish is your command. You have control and command over your environment. The universe will bend and yield to your will. When you understand the power you have as a creative being, you can create the life you want. There's a lot of talk about manifesting and the law of attraction, but at the end of the day, you can create the life you want. You have the power within you to command the universe and get the result that you desire.
How does this differ from The Secret, the way that you think manifestation happens? What is your differing opinion?
Yeah, there's a huge difference. And, I did not invent anything. I did not create anything. I was taught this. Back in the 70s, I was part of a society, and I was taught a 40-point algorithm. Back then, we didn't use algorithm. We used the word formula or recipe. 40 steps that if you follow the instructions, you get the result, which is you get what you want in life. This is how you manifest. This is how you create. This is how you build wealth. This is how you set a goal and achieve it. There were 40 points of this algorithm. I was given the entire total success in life puzzle with all the puzzle pieces. So all I did was I have it all. I just apply it. And you fine tune it and apply it better. Okay, maybe you're not applying it 100%. But you get the results. I did that. I never went to college. My dad was a welder, didn't have any money, generated billions and billions of dollars in business around the world, had TV networks in Europe and all these different companies. So I've done very, very well. I helped hundreds of other people become multimillionaires by doing it. And the biggest difference is I was taught how to set a goal and achieve it, how to create the life you want, how to build a fortune, versus I was never taught how to manifest money or how to attract money. See the difference? Oh, I'm gonna manifest money. Okay, I'm gonna attract money. No, I'm going to build wealth. I'm going to create. I'm going to set a goal and achieve it. What's the difference between those two? One, you think there's no action involved and the outside is going to do something for you versus the way we are taught, which is the correct way. You have to actually do it. It takes action and you are the creator. It's not coming to you're getting it. You're setting a goal and attaining it. You're creating something. You're building something. That means you are doing it and you have the ability to do it. The huge distinction. And that's why when people read this, they're saying, Kevin, I read Think and Grow Rich, Ask and It Is Given, The Secret, and all these other books. Nothing worked. And then when I read this, it was like, I see why it didn't work. It's good that, the attitude portion of those books are really good, but there's all these missing ingredients. If you were to bake a cake and you didn't put milk in it, how do you think it's going to taste? It's like, no, there's a key ingredient there to your cake. You need milk.
I think success leaves clues. And when you watch other people that are billionaires, millionaires, living the life of their dreams, there is a pattern to it. And what would you say the pattern is?
Well, the critical part here is this. You can't look at somebody who's successful today and duplicate them. That's what a lot of people try to do. You have to follow somebody who has what you want, but has been where you are. And you have to ask, what did they do when they were at the same level that I was when I was first starting off? Like Warren Buffett says, when we were starting off, we being all the successful people that he knows, we invested time and money in personal development. He goes, we don't spend as much time today on personal development, but when we were first starting our businesses and careers, we spent a huge amount of time on personal development. So what did you do in the beginning? But if you look at one thing that isn't in any book, is this. Jim Rohn, the guy who trained Tony Robbins, he was Tony Robbins' mentor. Great guy, loved Jim Rohn, sweetest guy in the world. But he said the number one emotion you need for success is disgust. He said you have to have something in your life that disgusts you, that you will not tolerate anymore. Unless you have that, nothing else will work. Which is true. You have to have a pain point. You have to have something that I am not. I remember I watched the Michael Jackson movie, and Joe Jackson comes home from the steel mill in Gary, Indiana, and he says, I am not going to spend the rest of my life working in a steel mill. That's what he wouldn't tolerate anymore. And that's why he pushed the Jackson 5, because that was his ticket out.
Okay.
But you have to have something in your life that you will not tolerate. And only when you get that negative emotion, you don't live there, by the way.
Okay.
You visit there. But when you get there, that's when you clearly define what you do want. And then you must write it down. I would ask all of your listeners or viewers, if you don't have a written down list of the things you want to achieve, your goals, and it should be secret. Don't share it with anybody. I have it right behind me. I have a file folder called Dreams, and that is nobody touches it. I write it down. I rewrite it. I alter it. I look at it every day, and I rewrite it usually once a week, where I rewrite it and clarify it. Unless you're doing that, nothing's going to change in your life. You got to know the target.
And why shouldn't we share our dreams?
This is a secret that nobody knows. You never share your goals and dreams with anybody because everybody wants you to do well, just not that well.
Just not better than them.
That's exactly right. So you will have a subconscious counter intention. You got 5 of your friends, they're all neighbors. You all have the same type of house. You all have the same type of income. And you're saying, I'm going to triple my income. And they're all going, no, you're not. They don't want you to do that. They do not want that. So you're going to have counter intention. They're rooting for you to fail subconsciously. And this includes your loved ones.
Yes.
Like, if I'm with my wife, we set goals together that we can both agree on 100%. But she has goals that she doesn't share with me. I have goals that I don't share with her. I drove in with a brand new Rolls Royce. And she goes, I didn't know that was a goal of yours. You just got that? I go, yep. I didn't tell you because I don't know if you like the Rolls Royce or not. Maybe you'd be like counter-intentioning me. And we both giggled. She goes, I wouldn't have.
Oh my gosh, you are making me smile so much because this is just a reality that you learn when you're going for your dreams and goals. And you put it so eloquently. You write about lessons from billionaires and millionaires and influential people. What common traits do they seem to share?
Well, number one, they all understand this concept. And actually, John D. Rockefeller said there was two things that are the most important for success. One was giving. He always gave, and all rich people give. You know, rich people are evil and they're bad and negative and terrible, but they're all philanthropists. They all give huge amounts of money away. John D. Rockefeller was a Baptist. He gave 10%, so that was a tithe, but he also gave offerings on top of it. He said he averaged over 20% of his income he gave away, and then later in his life, he gave most of it away. So he said giving is really critical. But the second thing he said that allowed him to become successful was he understood that in every adversity is the seed of a greater benefit. He said, when something bad happened, I never said it was bad. I always said, this is a gift from God. He was a Baptist. He said, it's a gift from God. And in this tragedy, in this situation, is a treasure chest. I just have to find it. And he goes on to talk about all of the calamities and the disasters that happened in his life. And in each one of them was the key to increasing his wealth. When he got sued by the government for being a monopoly, everyone said it was a disaster. The government's going to crush John D. Rockefeller. And the government won. They broke up Standard Oil into 12 different companies. In 1 year, John D. Rockefeller's net worth went up 5 times because he had stock in all those companies.
Oh my God.
So it was like the government just gave the biggest gift in the world to him. And he understood that there's a seed of a greater benefit here. And he couldn't have known that, because if he had known that, he would have broke up the companies himself.
Yeah, I really learned that when I had injuries. I had someone send me a book, and it was all about learning the gift that's there when you have like a bad situation or complication. Looking back at your own life, what is the most important lesson you've learned about success?
The biggest lesson is not to be attached to anything that you attain. It's really non-attachment. You know, I got sued by the government and held in contempt of court, which is not a crime. And I was put in prison for 10 years for writing the book, Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About, exposing the pharmaceutical industry, the drug companies, and, you know, the FDA and the media. But they took everything away. They took every single thing I had. All I had was a couple suitcases and some clothes when I came out. The number one key to happiness, and not just success, which is success really is defined as, you know, whether you're blissfully happy. To me, here's success. Do you wake up in the morning and say, I love my life and I love being me? And do you go to bed at night going, I love my life and I love being me? Regardless of whether you're in a prison cell or whether you're in an opulent mansion. If you can have that same feeling, regardless of the external conditions, you're successful. That's number one. So I learned that in order to achieve that, you can't be attached to things. You can't be attached to particular outcomes. You have to take life lightly. And I learned it from a guy named Herb Cohen, Chicago fellow, cigar smoker. He taught a seminar in Chicago called You Can Negotiate Anything. And he said, here it is. Here's the big one. He said, in negotiation and in life, the secret is you have to care. But not that much.
Oh my gosh, that's a great segue to an amazing interview. I could just talk to you forever, but I know you've got to go. Thank you so much, Kevin. And check out his book, Your Wish is Your Command. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I hope that all of our listeners have enjoyed this podcast. And if you guys have really enjoyed this, please review us in iTunes and also share this episode with your friends and your loved ones. Thanks again for listening to the Sisterhood of Sweat.